So here we are, it's gold medal match time here in the Hart Hall here in Bonn, Germany. I'm Karen Bashir, and with me in the commentary box for the last match in this individual tournament, Richard Cruz. Richard, first up, who's your money on?
I think I'll go for Peter JOPPICH.
Well, you know what, let's have a bit of fun, because I've got a sneaking suspicion that Enzo LEFORT's going to do this one. So,
Are you a gambling man, Bash?
I'll put €1 or two on it.
All right. It's a deal.
So €2 it is.
€2 on the table.
Well, JOPPICH off the mark first. This is for gold. Neither of these two have won a World Cup this year, in this season. In fact, of the 4 tournaments we've had so far, 3 have been won by 3 different Americans. Alessio Facconi winning the Turin Grand Prix. So we're going to have a new winner.
That is a fantastic finish. It looks like LEFORT closed the distance, but JOPPICH still managed to whip it round the back. That's pretty special.
Looks like JOPPICH's decided he's going to have to go after this.
I think JOPPICH paused. He paused. He landed. I think that's right. I think he's unwise to challenge that one.
No, I agree with you. He does do he does stop in there and then put the switch the favour over to Enzo LEFORT. Referee has given the hit to LEFORT, but JOPPICH has challenged it. And in fact, I saw his coach get up. The German's coach get up and actually say, yeah, he said, "Come on, let's go for that one." Schreck, well-known fencer in his time as well.
Yeah, that's right. That's what I saw. Say what you see. If you see it, say it.
Well, that's what you're here for, and he called that one correctly. So my man gets off the mark. If you're new to foil fencing.
Oh, no, that's a wonderful finish.
Oh, brilliant attack. He's really come out of the blocks fast, doesn't he, Peter JOPPICH?
He's powerful and explosive out of the blocks.
So if you're new to this beautiful weapon of foil, it's a point weapon. You've got to hit with the tip of the sword, and you've got to hit on the silver jacket. That's called a lame. That's the valid target area. And the French coach just jumped up out of the box. He felt that JOPPICH had covered target, and he's looking at the assistant referee at his end of the piece saying, "Why are you not calling for covering?" But nothing doing there. No, it's a game of turns. They put in the simplest term, and there is a yellow card.
Peter JOPPICH thinks he got another beat on that, and he may be right, but it's just hard to read.
It's still all going the Germans' way, yeah.
Looks like those €2. Should I put them in my purse now, Bash?
Wait, it's early days. We've only had 37 seconds. We've had 2 fast, high-scoring matches in the semi-finals, and we've got another one here, and JOPPICH is in absolute control of this one. So high scoring, not giving me a chance to explain the weapon to you. Turning counter-attack fails there, the attack lands off target. You essentially, the referee has to decide who the attacking fencer is, and if you're being attacked, you have to block with your blade, or you have to run away and make the opponent miss to get the right of way. But JOPPICH is all over this one.
Storming away, that was a simultaneous, but one light to JOPPICH.
LEFORT hands his weapon into the referee and picks another one up.
Maybe a good thing to do actually now, just to break the flow a little bit for JOPPICH. Take a break.
Is it mainly about that when you're changing weapons?
Well, you never know. That's the problem. You don't know if he thinks he hit, or you don't know if he's just trying to break up the flow. Sometimes it can help just to reset the momentum. And that's final riposte from Enzo.
I stand to be corrected here, but the process of elimination tells me that the referee is Gaspare Amata of Italy. And that's still JOPPICH.
Look at that. Joppich still had the right of way, so even though LEFORT hit first, Joppich's light came up, and that's his priority.
Well, they both go for the blade, and they're both claiming the hit, and it's Enzo LEFORT who's calling for a video.
This is interesting. I think they both want the video. In this case, you'd probably want to let the other fencer go for the video.
That's what I would do, right?
Because if he gets it wrong, then he loses his video and you don't lose yours.
Does a tactical game come into when you use your videos? Do you try and save one?
I think you should hold one back for the end, unless you're absolutely sure. But there, I mean, I agree with the referee there entirely. They both came forward, both went for the blade, both hit. There was nothing to distinguish between them.
Well, Joppich has got the wind in his sails. He's definitely got the crowd behind him. They have been exceptionally respectful of this German crowd. They've politely applauded throughout the matches. They haven't whooped and hollered, when perhaps in other countries you would see that for a home fencer.
Yeah, and it is a big crowd as well, isn't it? Oh, now the French coach stands up. Jaroslav Moyski, the linesman, puts his arm up. Joppich was covering.
He's been called up for that a few times over the years, Peter Joppich. It's something that he does do. And you have to think at 34 years old, he kind of accepted that he's going to get some cards along the way at competitions. Would you agree with that? Would you say that he just accepts it and just gets on with it?
I think so. I mean, he does sail close to breaking the rules, which I suppose is one of the skills he's got. I mean, it did cost him though in London. I remember against Otter in the final, he got carded. He scored a one-light hit, but the referee deemed him to have ducked his head, and that actually happened in 2008 in Beijing as well against Otter. So it's advisable to be clean.
But it's not. It's
But
funny.
it's a very grey area the way he does it, and that's the skill, I think.
But it's also not something that he does deliberately, is it? I mean, I wish I was as good as Peter Joppich, but when I fence, sometimes I would completely just as a sort of natural body movement cover target when in tight circumstances, and it's almost involuntary covering target.
Now there, I definitely saw Enzo hit. Enzo LEFORT landed that point, and he's going to get it tested by the referee. Of course, if it doesn't come up, then the ref can annul the hit, but there it did, so the hit stands. I definitely saw him land that round the back.
Well, it's the curse of being on the left-hand side of this podium piece, isn't it? It's really not been lucky today. Oh, LEFORT finally finding a way through on the attack.
I have to say, I haven't seen Joppich fence this well since he was winning his world titles back in the late noughties. Looks to be back to his best.
An Indian summer of sorts for the German fencer, but this time he's just too wild with his blade movements, and now Joppich calls for a video.
He was complaining that Enzo turned, but Enzo hit first, then turned, and that's completely within the rules. Of course, if you don't hit, then you'd expose the back of your head, which is an illegal move for safety reasons.
Well, Joppich came out the blocks pretty fast, but LEFORT has somehow managed to just sort of shore things up a little bit. A para-riposte target there from the French fencer. Your call?
I reckon the referee will give it together, but if it's anybody's, it's LEFORT's.
Yeah, me too.
I think the referee will give that one simultaneous.
So the referee's looking to see who starts the attack. If he can't decide, then it's called a simultaneous and no hit will be given. He's had a look at the video. Vilamada of Czech Republic is
that's fair enough
on the video, and he has given it to LEFORT.
And now LEFORT's back in this match.
Finds the blade again.
Para-riposte, absolutely. My €2 aren't as safe as they were at the beginning.
But it's still early days.
Oh well, Bash, it can cover your petrol back to Oakhampton.
Might not get me quite that far. I need to get all the way back to Torquay.
Lovely. Drew him out, drew the counter-attack out. Parry riposte. Clinical. Das is good.
So a bit of second intention there from Joppich.
Yes, absolutely.
Trying to get his opponent to do something to work off.
Ooh, attack left.
This time I would favour that for the German.
Ooh. I think attack left, same as before.
This time it's a feeling thing, isn't it? Trying to decide a hit. And I don't know, just for some reason I felt there was a little difference from the one before.
We shall see. Peter Joppich certainly protested that one.
Yeah, he's called for a video review. Willem Madder is on the video. Our referee, Aspario Mata, is already back to make his decision, and he calls it together.
Diplomatic.
The French coach there turns around and signals to us. He felt that Joppich had his arm back, and that LEFORT had the right of way.
LEFORT was good to stay on the piece there. He's near the end of the piece, so it's a good job he didn't go off.
1 foot inside the field of play. Has to go forwards, which he does.
Oh! Late finish, but it's attack off target.
Now Joppich sticking his arm out to create the line, that gives you the right way. For me, that didn't really look that convincing a line. He didn't have his arm completely straight.
I think we've been talking about that for the last 15 years, Bash.
Oh, this time it is an attack from the German. No complaint from LEFORT this time, but I'll tell you what, his coach is complaining just a little bit. Not at all happy with the execution from the French fencer there.
Of course, the benefit of not having a completely straight line is that you can escape from it a lot easier. If someone beats the blade, you can actually beat theirs black. So, like I said, Joppich good at those sort of grey areas.
That's still the attack from the German. It's off target, so no hit, but no hit for the Frenchman either. Beautiful, absolutely stunning. For me, the best looking hit in fencing.
Parry riposte, C-split to shoulder.
It may look showboaty, but it's you have to train so hard to get those on. And now a little broken time attack there from Peter Joppich, pulling his arm back to get around the parry. Lovely stuff. Now €2 is, well, half of it's already in Richard's pocket. Oh. I'll just get the other euro out to give to you.
Bash, I'm going to need every penny of it, and I think you would agree.
Let's not go there. Gold medal for Peter Joppich, 1 point away in Bonn. The crowd are going to go bonkers when he gets this hit.
Lovely.
But Enzo LEFORT, what a flash attack, hits around the back.
Yeah, hit the flank.
This will be the comeback of the century if the Frenchman can get into it. A lovely stop hit there. That's another one. '15th hit, hardest one to get, they say.
Oh, looks like you're proving to be right, Bash. Got to seal the deal.
Joppich, bit tight, bit tense. Here he comes on the attack. This is the first one. LEFORT gets away from it, builds up his own attack. He's on the march. He's pushed Joppich all the way down to the end of the piece, but Joppich becomes disarmed. So he's trying to defend himself. Referee has to call halt. One fencer can't wield their weapon. It's unsafe. So they'll reset. Joppich back on the march.
Oh, lovely. Found the blade, drew Joppich's counter-attack, kept distance and then hit him around the back to flank. And that's 4 on the trot.
And now the French are calling for a video. It might be 5 on the trot because the French coach is convinced that there was either a shoulder turn or a bit of covering from Joppich, and if there was, he's already on a yellow card. He'll get another one, and LEFORT will get another point.
Certainly not a bad call to make at this stage in the game, that's for sure. And again, it's still only the first period. All these matches are
Super
flying by.
fast. Amazing, isn't it? It's great. No.
I think because he gave the hit, he won't want to give a card as well.
The French coach is not happy about that at all. And he's so close to us, you might well be able to hear him. They're trying to finish this in the first period. They come together.
4 seconds left of the first period. Will he do it? Oh, das ist Fechten!
That is absolutely superb. Peter JOPPICH is the 2017 Lion of Bonn. He's just won the gold medal. 15-11 from Enzo LEFORT, and the crowd, as predicted, have gone absolutely wild.
Fantastic match. 26 hits within 3 minutes. That's something quite exceptional. Brilliant final.
You called it, Richard, but I mean, I think even you probably were surprised about